everyone, and welcome. We just hit 167 subscribers. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined to watch this journey. I'm Momo, and I'm currently building an independent series called ŌRïGïN. Today, I wanted to show you that you don't need a massive studio or years of training to create something cinematic. We're looking at a 4-hour production sprint I did for a specific transition. We're moving from a submerged, dreamlike state back into physical reality of an office, but we're mostly focusing on the prop and the animation that's going to be affected by the physics of the prop. Okay. In the speed paint, you'll see me starting with some basic shapes. Instead of just diving into the detail, I'm focused on mapping out the structure. Think of it like a grid for your perspective. You're setting up the coordinates, you're getting the lines down, so that when the movement starts, everything has a clear pace to follow. If you keep your structure steady now, you save yourself so much frustration later when it's time to animate. I'm focusing on the eyes and mouth holes because those are going to be where the life, the bubbles, are going to come out from. For the colors, I'm keeping it limited, stark white with a bit of gold to make an asset that specifically looks akin to the character that it's applying to. That would be the mentor and antagonist named Astra. A little more about her later when we get to talking about the story itself. You don't need to have like 1,000 layers. I personally tend to work with at most 4. After you deal with the lines, you have your base color, you have a shading, and then maybe a glow. Since we're going from a dark blue to a black gradient, I'm adding highlights to the edges so she won't just disappear. It's a quick lighting trick that makes a character feel like they're actually in the water. It's about working smarter, not harder, to get the atmosphere right. And a lot of times when you have lighting animation, you're mostly dealing with basic shapes and glow effects. Things like Gaussier blur to help soften the edges, and you'll be transitioning it to be a type of layer. Some call it color dodge, some are add, some are luminosity. It depends on what your program kind of has as its presets. Now for the fun part, the bubbles. The hard work. Okay, so I just hand drew these frame by frame. I allowed a simple rhythm where they start a bit slow at the mask, fighting the water because, you know, gravity and density and all that wonderful little hoo-ha. And then they float up faster as they reach the surface. Less tension, less weight pulling it down. I'm animating this currently at 10 frames per second. It's a personal taste of mine. If ever I needed it to go up to 12 frames or 24 frames, I can always speed it up later, but for now that's what I'm planning to do here. I love this because it gives a movement that crunchy hand draw feel that makes indie animation so special. I feel like when you have a little bit of that kind of character put into it, it makes the series just feel that much more lively. Because like the imperfections, and it's okay if it's not completely perfect. You guys will have to just put something out there and trust that the work that you put in was enough. Okay, to finish it off, I take that clip and give it a tiny speed boost in my editor to snap it all together. I do 1.2 times to make it go up 12 frame. Then we crossfade it into the wood floor, which I'm not going to be doing here. I'll work on the background later. So essentially this was 4 hours of work, one afternoon, and we have a professional looking scene. It's not that bad. If you're just starting out, don't worry about being a certain level. Just start where you are. Thanks for being here. I know it was a quick video, but I appreciate every little bit that you guys pay attention to this. I mean, we're at the first 160 plus subs, and I can't thank you guys enough for spending time to learn about ŌRïGïN. Hopefully the next video that you guys see will be the promo or the opening theme. Appreciate you guys watching. Stay safe out there. And here is the final clip.